Good morning, it's September 23rd. I was just here at the pet store, positively perfect, buying kitty litter, and I decided I'd just stay down here and do my walk. That's why this is a little later. I thought I'd vary the time and vary the place. So we're going to walk over here into what's called Parliament Place. Has nothing to do with Parliament as in the Parliament buildings in Ottawa or anything like that, except that's what it's named after, I guess. But Parliament Avenue is up that a ways, and we're south of Parliament Avenue and north of Gordon, so the whole neighborhood here is called Parliament Place. We're going to walk along, I think this is Whitby. I actually looked at a map to get some sense of where I was going today. What a concept. So Albert Street, the main commercial drag, is just a block back that way. We're walking away from it into the quieter confines of this residential and apartment building neighborhood. Currently apartment buildings on both sides. It's about, 17, 18 degrees this morning, so pleasant. Well, that's what it's going to today, actually. It's less than that now, maybe 15. Sirens. I don't know where from. I haven't seen anything. Probably on Gordon, sounds like. No, maybe they're on. Fire truck just went down street I just crossed a few minutes ago. So it's very autumnal again. Funny that. It's definitely the first day of autumn now. I called yesterday the first day of autumn, but it was actually not quite the first full day of autumn. Today is the first full day of autumn. Place for sale. If you're looking, call Margarita Parasone and she'll set you up. There's a nice tree there. The autumnal variety. There's my first dog. There's always a dog. Place for sale over there too. Still has the candidate sign up that did not win the election. Maybe it's a form of protest, I don't know. It's quite a nice neighborhood down here with the trees changing. Leaves falling. Dogs walking. Hello. And then all of a sudden, it's all green again. Well, there's a hint of yellow up there, I guess. Shadier, though. Crows having a few words over my head. Oh yeah, there's the yellow, just hiding. Some trees are doing kind of just highlights. The flight path for this morning at the airport seems to be right over our heads. That's the second plane going over low, so we may get some more of that. Depends on which way the wind's blowing, of course. And certain times, as I remember from working at the Science Center on the other side of the lake, which is also kind of on the flight path here. It would come over quite low. That one was noisy because it was a turboprop of some sort. If you're there, say hi. Nobody has said hi yet this morning. Kind of unusual. Westfield. Did I say Whitby? I think I said Whitby. Westfield. I don't know where Whitby came from. So what was I doing work-wise? Well, the Shapers of Worlds, Volume 2, Anthology, berries, have gone to the printer, the Kickstarter version. They tell me turnaround time is to maybe around 3 weeks, so hopefully around October 20th it goes out. Nice tree standing by itself. Oh, I know where this is. This is where I wanted to go. There's a park over here we're going to go to. So that's very exciting. And then I'm finalizing the mailing list for the people who get copies. Mostly backers get 1 copy. There's a few that ordered extra copies. And then the authors all get 2 copies. So a bit of careful checking of everything to make sure that everybody gets what everybody gets what's coming to them. We'll climb the hill. Very exciting. Don't get a lot of hills. It's not much of a hill, but it's definitely a hill. Doesn't seem to be any other amenities in this park. It's just a green space. I saw the name of it when I was looking at the map, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. What I am finding is that the grass is wet, which surprises me. I wasn't expecting that, or I might not have chosen to cross the park. Comes another one. This will be a day for watching airplanes, apparently. Let's see. This will tell us what the park is called. Then I actually want to go straight on down this way. It's called Tibbits Park. Tibbits, Tibbits, Tibbits. And we're going to continue along Greenfield Drive. Airplanes going overhead and leaves falling from the trees. Oh, something's happened to that lamp. Now I hear a jet taking off. From the airport. Oh, this is an interesting arrangement. So they've got a big green space in the middle and the houses on either side. On 2 crescents going in either side. That's kind of nice. '70s houses, maybe? I'd say 70s more likely than 60s from the style. That one has a certain forbidding character to it. I think I walked by that one before when I was down here. One of the couple of times I've walked down here. Something sort of Spanish about it. It has the red tile roof. European anyway. Argyle. Well, I'm feeling all alone today. Nobody has said hi. If you're there, say hi on YouTube or Facebook, just so I know I'm not all alone. Here we have McTavish. We're going to continue along Greenfield for a bit further, and then we'll change our directions. Park up there, which I've walked through before, so I know where I am. I'm not lost. As I said, I did actually look at a map today. Very nice neighborhood. It's the kind of neighborhood as I've said before, I always wanted to live in when I was a kid. These kinds of houses. Here comes another one. What do we got this time? Oh, he's not going to come right over my head though. He'll be behind the trees. Sounds like a jet this time. There he is. Didn't quite see him. Just went behind the house. It's another place. I don't know what they call this. What do they call it? It says, yeah, Lowry Place. So it's a place. I mean, all places are places, but some places are formally places and some places are just places. So you'll see a lot of places, but occasionally you'll see a place, if you get my drift. Pretty trees. Very nice. I always wanted to live in this kind of a neighborhood because, as I've also mentioned before, it's what you saw in sitcoms for these kinds of neighborhoods. The Brady Bunch comes to mind. My Three Sons, stuff like that. Ooh, well, I'm going to the left. Let's take the alley. It should take me where I want to go, and it's more interesting, perhaps. Feels like a country road. And you can hear my feet crunching, which is always fun. Hello. Who's there? Zanab? Is that right? It's hard to see in the sun. I think that's right. Anyway, hi. Did I get it right? Zanab? Or Zanab? Nice lane for walking down. Ends in a garage. Well, it doesn't end, it's across the street. Oh, that's a big house over there with a big backyard. This is all their backyard. It's huge. So we're just walking in a residential neighborhood today. Parliament Place. Oh, leaves to crunch in. I like crunching in leaves. Oh, this is Queen Street. Okay. So, I'm actually going to not go on to Queen Street, which is quite busy. If I go over here, I'll get on a crescent, which will take me around, take me back the way I came, eventually. Not as interesting an alley, but you can see this is all commercial that faces onto Queen Street here, and then an apartment building. And not too far up there is the intersection with the Louvain, and on the other side of that is Harbour Landing, which I've walked in a few times. If we see another airplane go over, we should get a good look at it right now. There's some open sky. Okay, if I've done everything right, this will be, yes, it is Habkirk Crescent. Well, there's a little one up there. It's just going to come into view across the end of the street in a minute. There he is. Just a little guy. Oh, these ones look nice. Being worked on, it looks like. Dutch King Construction. The whole neighborhood is called Parliament Place because we're south of Parliament Avenue. We're north of Gordon Road, and south of Gordon Road is called South Albert, so it's quite a large area, but it's all called Parliament Place. I wish we had more red. Parts of Canada where you get maple leaves, you'll get a wider variety of trees, but most of the ones that are planted around here, and were all planted by somebody, so you do occasionally find a maple. Most of the ones around here go yellow or gold. Some of them get in a hurry. That one's already lost most of its leaves, it looks like. Probably an older tree. We still haven't had our first frost, although it is supposed to go to 1, I think, tonight. So that's close enough that if they've misjudged it a little bit, it could frost tonight. We'll see. Average first frost date is something like September 17th, I think. So it's actually running might even be earlier than that, September 10th. Running quite a bit slower anyway. Tree leaves keep falling on my head. That doesn't mean the trees will all be very dead. They'll just go to sleep. When winter is over, they'll come back once again. Okay, that probably needs a little work. Pretty. There's one that's both green and yellow. Can't quite make up its mind just yet. Another airplane going right over our head this time. I won't try to catch it. I might fall over pointing straight up. Just a little one again. Oh well, there he is. I'm glad I came down here. The leaves are particularly pretty down in this neighborhood, seems to me. Now, if I went to the left, I'd be on Pasqua Street pretty quick. I don't think I'll go over there today. Stay on Hepkirk. I thought it was called Crescent, but it's Hepkirk Drive. Oh, actually, this doesn't go through anyway. Well, maybe. That's probably Pasqua right there where the stop sign is. Prettier trees here, I think. Kind of an interesting one. Yellow vehicle to go with the yellow leaves. They're not quite that shade of yellow. Oh, the leaves came down with that gust of wind. There's a lot of raking in the future for a lot of people, or leaf blowing, including us. We have tons of trees in our neighborhood. Leaning over our yard. So Hepkirk will take us around to the right, and then we'll be starting back towards where I left the car. Comes another airplane, another little one. Oh, he's quite low, but he'll pop up right there in a second. There he is. Barely saw him. It's a big boat. That one's pretty, very yellow, and still has all its leaves, so it's more, and with the darker spruce behind it, makes it contrast, and then the blue sky, very nice. Not sure why there's a recycling bin that seems to have escaped somebody's yard and rolled into the street. Okay, we've turned the corner. Now we're heading east again. Still flowers left because we haven't had the frost. Some of them are looking kind of tired, but some of them are still blooming quite prettily. I'm going to walk down the other side because eventually I'll be turning that way. More of these to crunch through. It's an interesting little yellow house with the arched brick work on it. It's kind of interesting. And the whirligigs in the front yard. Okay, now we're back to Queen Street. Let me think. If I go down here, I might be able to carry on down a different road. Queen is a fairly busy street. That was a big one, but didn't catch him. He's behind the trees. Might show up right over there in a minute. Oh, there he is, very low. Now, as long as this isn't a crescent and it goes through, or a place, I may have made a mistake. I think it's a place. It is a place. All right, we'll go back to Queen then. Should have known. I did look at a map. If I go down there, I just get stuck. It's the nail guy over there. It says road closed. Hopefully that doesn't affect the sidewalk. Amazing Faith Victory Church. Don't know where the church is, but there's their van. Amazing Faith Victory Church. Sounds Pentecostal, I'd guess. Princess, there's Queen, and there's Princess. I've crossed these streets further north. They carry on for a long way, although they're interrupted by the creek. And I think a park up there to my left a ways. Most of these sort of lamps out front, I mean, we had one in Texas in the 60s. But I think they were all original. Originally, they were gas lamps, usually, with a coil in them that lit up sort of like a wick, I guess. Except the wick, I don't know how long it took to burn away. Often that had to be replaced. But now when I see them, they all have electrical bulbs in them. Oop. Someone just opened their garage. Here's where they're doing the work on the road. That one has solar panels on the roof. Yeah, it looks like it's all been torn up. They must be resurfacing that stretch. There's a park to my right, but I can't seem to get to it that I've walked through before. There doesn't seem to be any way through. We'll be by it by the time I get to the end of this stretch. Oh, nope, here we go. Have to go around this. This is what I was looking for. Thought there'd be a path somewhere. So the building to the right is or was a skating rink. My daughter used to come here sometimes for figure skating or skating practice, skating lessons. And then that's like a community center. I've been in there. Does it have a library in it? I don't remember. Then over here is the soccer field. Hi, Peter. This is a neighborhood collectively called Parliament Place, so that's quite a big area. But it's south of Parliament Avenue, west of Albert Street, east of Pasqua Street, north of Gordon Road. Oh, and we're right under the flight path for the airport today, so I've been seeing lots of airplanes going over. Bigger ones than that, occasionally. And the trees have been quite lovely in the neighborhoods I've been walking in. At the moment, I'm in a big open area, but soccer field, football to the rest of the world. Goalie eyes view, except he wouldn't be behind the net, obviously. Now, I could go down there and walk along Sunset, but it's probably busier, so I'm going to go left and pick up the road I was on, I think. Because I don't think most of these, like the one right in front of us, is probably a dead end. Well, I guess I could walk over there and see. See what they call it. If it's a place, then it's a dead end. If it's a road, it might go through. Oh, it is a road. Okay, well, we'll take Simpson Road. How long have I been out? Yeah, this is shaping out to be a fairly short one. Unless I stretch it out when I get back closer to the car. Oh, it's a road, but it doesn't go anywhere. It probably takes me around to the road I didn't go back to anyway. That's okay. Well, maybe it goes right as well. It does go. Does it go both ways? Or is this it? No, it goes to the right. That's what happens. Turn south. Generally had prettier trees a little further to the west. I don't know why. That one's one of those that can't quite make up its mind yet. Some yellow, still mostly green. I'll avoid the kids. So there's the park we just came from. I do have lots to do though, so if this comes up a little short, I'll probably just leave it. Interesting, they have no front windows. That's a little odd. Oh, there's a red tree. Like I said, most of our trees go yellow, but there's a red one. It's got a ways to go to grow to anything substantial, but they still got, it's like geraniums going well there in the front. Or begonias. I think they're, can't really tell. And I don't know my flowers that well. They're the color of geraniums. Yeah, so despite thinking I would avoid it, here I am on Sunset. I know it goes through because it's the one we always turned down when we were taking Alice to her skating lessons back there where I pointed it out. Oh, who's there? Bufo. Good afternoon. Good morning here still for another 17 minutes. Just enjoying a lovely fall walk after buying kitty litter. So I parked at the pet store and I'm walking in the neighborhood around it. Oh, so this is garnet. I could probably stretch things out by going up there. So maybe I'll go up garnet a little ways. Let's see where that takes me. Garnet is the street I used to live on, but much further north, and there's a lot of things between here and there, including the creek. So not like you could drive straight up Garnet and get to my old house. Possibly with a off-road vehicle, when the creek is frozen, you could do it. But I think it would be frowned on since I think you'd be passing through people's yards and things along the way. Oh, there's a purpley tree anyway, to vary the colors. Big Kemper. Never seen the appeal of those. I mean, I can sort of see the appeal of parking somewhere. There's a nice yellow one over there. Not having to have a hotel, but at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, part of the fun of traveling is having a hotel, especially a nice hotel. Hi, Miriam in India. A lovely fall morning here. About, I don't know, 16 maybe, 15, 16 degrees Celsius. Sunflowers hanging in there, towering over your head. Oh, that's a crescent. Well, that doesn't do me any good. I may regret coming this way. I have to go quite a ways farther north before I get to go south. Well, I wanted to stretch it out. The crescent would just go around to the left and then join Garnet again. So yeah, I've tacked on quite a bit more than I perhaps intended to, but... Oh, wait, here's an alley. Let's take the alley. It gets us that much closer. Oh, right, another park. I like parks. I think it's a park or schoolyard. Oh, I know where we are. I've walked here before. There's a school to my left, I believe. Unless I'm completely mistaken. Am I right? I am 100% wrong. I'm not where I thought I was. It's not a school. Oh, yes, it is. No, I am right. That's a school. Over here's a bit of a park. So I did not imagine where I was. I have been here before. Cameron Park. Oh, there goes another little airplane. We're on the flight path today to the airport. It's harder to walk on rough ground when you're carrying this thing. Now the question is, if I go straight ahead, what happens? It looks like I could go on over to where I want to be. Is there a fence between me and there? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, there's a fence between me and there, so no point going straight. I just end up in this alley here. Might or might not be a way through, so we'll go this way. There's Cameron Park again. Duck. If only there was a goose, I could say duck, duck, goose, but there's no goose in sight at the moment. Someone seems to be practicing soccer over there, kicking balls. Compton Road probably goes through to my left, to where I want to be, so we will turn left here. Woof, 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 woof. I think this dog's barked at me before when I walked along this fence. It seems familiar. I've only been in this neighborhood a couple of times to walk, but that fence and that barking were familiar. No, this isn't going to work. Or is it? Maybe it goes to the right. We'll see in a minute. Yep. Yes, we've had some really pretty trees on this walk. More over to the west a bit further than right down here for some reason. Okay. I possibly just walked into a dead end. I thought if it said road, it would go through somewhere. I'm not sure if it does. No, it really doesn't. It's a dead end. Okay, well, at least you got to see it. I have to carry on down Atkinson. Probably to sunset again. I mean Robinson to sunset. They do have nice mature trees down in this neighborhood, so lots of trees to look at. Am I going to have to backtrack again, having come down here? I may have really stretched this out more than I intended to. Replying to a text there. No, this goes through. This must be sunset again, which I should have just stuck to while I was on it. But I did stretch it out a bit, so. It's about 10 minutes from the car from here, I would think, maybe less. And that will be the end of this one. And again, there's going to be a break because I'm very busy next week, so today might even be the last one. If not, tomorrow will be the last one for a while, but I'll be back. Never fear. You probably weren't feared, but fearful, I mean. Afeared. It's another one for sale. Oh, unstable internet. It's the first one I run into on this walk. I think I had quite a few the last time I came down this way, so I guess that's an improvement. Big spruce, one of which lost its top at some point. It would have been a long fall. It is fall, but you don't want the tops of the trees falling on your yard. Leaves are okay, but not the tops of trees. Happened to us. Lost the top of a spruce like that, fell in our neighbor's yard. Fortunately, didn't hit anything, but it was a big chunk of wood. 10, 12, 15 feet. Big storm while we were away once. We came back and looked and, oh, everything looks fine. And then our neighbor said, look up. And we did. And the tree had been topped, or untopped, detopped. All right. This is Ray Street. So Albert, the main drag, is another block ahead of us. But my car's down here to the right. I just have to cross the street safely. I'll walk by the apartment buildings on this side. Seniors center there, seniors nursing home is what we would have called it once upon a time. Don't hear that expression quite as much. Apartments over here, and then over there's the commercial buildings on Albert Street. Apartments for rent. There was somebody from Germany, I think, or was it Mexico, at one point wanted me to walk by apartments so you could see what apartment buildings look like around here. So I don't know if she's watching this, but if you are, or watching the replay, there you go, more apartments. Parkside Extendicare. And it will be lunchtime when I get home, which is good, because I'm hungry, having walked. You can see Albert Street through the parking lot there. I stretched it out close to an hour, so I guess walking out of my way was worth it from that point of view. I should have walked over there on that little bit of road in front of the parking lot, in front of the apartment buildings, just to be more interesting, but oh well. My car is just parked up here by Positively Perfect Pet Store, where I just bought kitty litter. That's the kind of exciting life I lead. Out yield the doubters. Out doubt the yielders. You know we're in an agricultural country. That's advertising fertilizer, I would think. Here's the apartment building I walked in front of when I headed down earlier. And the pet store is just over here to my left, so just about done. Denture clinic on this corner, but the Positively Perfect takes up the bulk of the building here. Wow! So if you're going in, the entrance is around here. And there used to be a veterinary there, but it's moved now. Anyway, that's it for today's walk. Thanks for walking with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.